Today we are talking about the battle of new versus old. Everybody is out there looking for something. Everyone's looking at the new golf clubs that come onto the market, but can an old one outperform latest technology out there? Good afternoon guys and welcome back to the Everyday Golfer. We have mid-handicap Dave here. We have him with the Garforth head cover on his new/old Sim 2 Max 5 wood, which he bought without telling me. And the 5
bargain, Chris.
The 5 wood I was going to get him to test, which we're now going to compete against the one he's purchased. So the Srixon ZX 5 wood, 18 degree, very similar to his Max driver. You'll see the Srixon on the screen now as well as the Sim Max 2. But Dave's purchased this because it's a gap in his bag that we saw previously that he needs to fill. We need a 200-yard shot. We know that his 4 hybrid goes 184 yards. We know his 3 wood goes 215. So 200 is a number that we've not got in his bag. Straight away, looking at the finishers, Dave's looking down, making some noises. What are you thinking, Dave?
Thinking that the Srixon looks bigger and a bit more forgiving, which is kind of worrying, but we'll see. When you said new and old, I thought you meant me and Frankie.
Well, that's true. That is pending. But yeah, we can see there, obviously, it looks slightly bigger down at the ball to Dave, and it's very interesting that it's the Sim Max. Obviously, the Max one you would expect to obviously be the biggest and forgiving, but straight away the Srixon is bigger. But obviously price-wise, we're going to get that on the screen now, so that we're going to have a look. I need to double-check how much the Srixon is, but we know what Dave paid for the Sim Max, £120, but he did have £90 on his account, so realistically, it's only cost him £30. Or that's what he's told Mrs. Harris.
No, it's true.
Anyway. So up first is the Srixon, so straight in there with the ZX5 wood. He knows what his Sim's like so far. Only had it a week. But that's straight away. Solid strike there, Dave.
Yeah, decent.
Yeah, a little bit low. But
Possibly lower than the Sim, but we'll see.
Yeah, right, grab the Sim. So we can see there, it wasn't the one off the heel. Dave hit that straight out of the middle there. So a solid strike. So it'll be interesting to see the distance in comparison to this Sim Max 2. So, perfect there. So 2 exactly the same flight, so it'll be interesting to see how they ran out. Was that in the middle, Dave? Famous last words, he's got to check, doesn't
Yeah.
it? So straight out of the middle of the club, so let's go and see how far they have gone and how they compare. So, as Dave just said, there's nothing really in them in distance, so you can see the Srixon here, and straight across the fairway there is the Sim Max 2. So obviously all Dave said it was same distance, just split by a fairway. So we're going to go to 200 yards now and try and hit these into the green. So we're going to see if it is that club for that distance. Can we get the right launch conditions? Can we get it doing exactly what we need for Dave, as Dave tries to find out how much they are on the Srixon website. So 200 yards in here, Dave. Which one do you want to go first? Do you want to go stick to what you know? Let's go with the Sim Max 2. So let's come in here now.
It's hardly what I know, Chris. It's only a day old, bless it.
Well, that's true. We're in the middle of the fairway here now, so we are using Sim Max first. So obviously we know from Davy's gapping, we have got 184 yards with his 4 hybrid. We've got 215 with his 3 wood. Soon we'll be going into the studio to compare. Again, do these fill the gap? And is there any difference between an older 5 wood and a newer? And that is straight at the flag. So a good launch. Looks to land it at the front of the green. Looks to be on the green, Dave.
Yeah.
So exactly
I sound surprised, but
I know we both sound surprised. Again, a great shot there. So new versus old. Dave's forgetting to swap clubs
I'm
here.
getting overexcited there, Chris.
He's that eager with his Sim Max that he's forgot to change clubs. But so we are going to be showing you in the studio shortly how these compare. So does a newer club go a little bit further? Does it have a little bit better dispersion, or is it all down to pilot error? We do want to find out where would be the change. How old does a club have to be for it to be holding you back on the golf course?
Oh, a bit low. It's a worker.
Bit of a low one there, so it didn't quite work as we wanted there. So which one feels better behind the ball, Dave?
The Sim, mate.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Feel a little bit more comfortable with that?
I just feel, maybe it's with it being a smaller head, which makes it, to me, look a bit more hybridy, if there is such a word. So, which I've always been comfortable with hybrids, so maybe that just makes me feel a bit more comfortable. I
And
don't
maybe
know.
it makes you feel like you have to swing a little bit more within yourself.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't. So
So very
don't get a
similar
bit giddy and
shafts.
try and leather it.
Yeah, leather it, the technical Yorkshire term of whack it. So obviously very similar shafts, all the things are the same in those clubs, but Dave's favouring towards his Sim Max. So let's jump into the studio now, let's see the numbers, let's see which one might be better for him out here. If we talk the numbers from the studio, we can see straight away we've got the 5-wood Sim Max 2 on there. We've got a carry of 179.3 on average, a total of 195, so 10 yards further than his 4 hybrid. Again, coming in at 4,300 spins, so not bad at all. We can see there's a mixture of heights with Dave, but one of the things that we like to see is you can get one launching up there at 30 yards. Obviously has also got some lower ones, but they are the miss hits that were left. Dispersion wise, we can see all but one were in the fairway, so even 20 yards to the left, 10 yards to the right. We know Dave doesn't lose many to the right, but there is some out there. But overall, a great dispersion. If we move on to the Srixon ZX 5-wood, we can see that a little bit more irregular. So obviously, ball striking wise, Dave did start to tire a little bit, but also we could see they didn't have as much control on that one. Spin wise is a little bit down, only 100 revs, but carry 174.6, so down 5 yards, and total down by 3 yards. Ball speed roughly the same. But we can see dispersion wise, yes, this is why Dave is a mid-handicap golfer. We did do 5 with the Sim Max, we did 5 with the Srixon, and vice versa. So we did keep it fair in the test, but we can see the dispersion wasn't as good, the carry wasn't as good. So let's get back out onto the golf course now and let Dave finish with a few more shots and decide, is new or old better? So we can see the second one from Dave with the Srixon is middle of the green, so bang in the centre, even with a miss hit, it did run a long way. And we can see a fantastic shot, well inside tour average, from Dave's Sim Max 2.
What do you expect, Chris? Of course it's within tour average.
Well, you know, sometimes when you buy clubs, they stop working, but that is still working for you. You know,
He hasn't had a proper round with Academy hand, Chris, yet.
No, it's not rubbed off on you yet, but a great shot there from Dave from 200 yards, that's good. That's exactly what we saw from the numbers. It is the perfect club for this distance. So guys, you can see from the numbers there that it doesn't always mean new is better, so that's what we're trying to test. We want to show you on the channel with Dave, with Frankie, with the new gentleman we're getting on the channel, that it's not always new means you're going to hit it further, you're going to hit it straighter. So the Sim Max 2 is the correct fitting for Dave. Although it wasn't the traditional fitting, he knows what kind of shaft he needs, he knows what kind of loft, he knows he needs forgiveness, and on this rare occasion Dave's done something right. There you go, Dave. I'm just going to hit this down here. But if you are looking for fitting, if you are looking at clubs, again, you can always go for a fitting start to find out what kind of shaft would suit you best, and then you don't always have to go for the latest technology. But if you are looking for that, then come down here to Waterfront Golf, where you can get fitted by Kyle, our specialist fitter. And if it's lessons that you are looking for, drop me an email on the one above and we'll try and get you in, whether it's online lessons or here at Waterfront itself. And that's another great shot. A little bit of a fade as well there.
Fadey! Hey!
Unbelievable. See you next week.
See you soon.